where you would want your mates to be in real life.
We are your mates.
Hello, hello. We are with you. It's your mates, Jack and Scott. I am Scott Hughes.
And I'm Jack Bingham. And this is the Your Mates podcast.
It certainly is.
Still don't really know how to kick off, but we'll get there.
Manager is with us today. This is an official podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Lachlan, Rennie.
It's on the record.
me.
We're held liable for anything that's said when the
Put your
manager's
time
here.
sheets in, boys.
Square them off. Dot the T's and cross the I's. We're with you. Anyway.
Your mates, take us anywhere you want to take your mates.
Yeah.
It's a conversation. You can get involved on our Instagram, which is at Jack and Scott.
Simple.
Give it a follow. Chuck us a message. We'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Be a part of the conversation.
We love it.
Otherwise, we just keep talking, and we know there's no friendship in that.
No. But in saying that, if you just want some company, feel free to bring us along.
That's what we're here for.
So, and there is friendship in that.
There is friendship.
So, get involved,
It's up to you.
but enjoy it. Jack,
I've got to go on to kick us off. It's a bit of an opinion piece.
Nice.
And I'd like Manager Rennie to contribute as well, because I just want to know. I've been put in a funny situation where I just wasn't sure if something was wrong or right.
Mm-hmm.
So last weekend, we went for a little trip. I went for a little road trip, which we ended up in a big shopping centre.
Nice.
And
Dangerous, but nice.
Yeah, it was all right. We were efficient.
Okay.
And
You didn't get the car in the shopping centre.
the car? No, sorry. The road trip ended up in the car park,
Yeah.
of which we then walked into the shops.
Nice. Good.
So on our travels through the shopping centre, this is actually one of the so we haven't even got anything yet, but we've gone to go upstairs, and of course, shopping centre, people are lazy / it's a safety thing. There's escalators everywhere. Now, I just want to set the scene for you guys, so I need you to think about this because I want to know what you think. The escalator it's one of those flat ones, not like a stair one.
Really? In a shopping centre?
Yeah,
Like
really,
an airport one?
Yeah, and sorry, not flat, but it doesn't have stairs.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
even though it's on an angle, it's flat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
But-
this is an advanced shopping centre where they're getting
No,
cranking people
what are they
around.
called again?
Travelators.
Travelators.
Travelator.
Thank you.
Express people around the shopping centre.
Yeah.
Get them going.
Anyway,
Wow.
it's not that.
Sorry. Yes.
But it's a flat one, which does mean that it's a lot longer because the stairs are quite efficient as far as like height to length kind of ratio.
Yep.
So it's much longer. But I think that
Probably a 3 to 1.
build those because probably. Actually, probably. But I think that they did it because it's a shopping centre that's got it actually has an IKEA in it. And that means there's a lot of people with like big trolleys. Then I guess
Big bits of
the risk
furniture.
gets higher with the trolley on the staircase, the stair ones,
Yeah.
which you can use, I'm pretty sure.
Really? Yeah.
think
I
so.
think so. I think the wheels are designed for it, aren't
Yeah, but I guess just less gradient means safer.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know the old saying about an elevator that's broken?
No.
they? No.
Sorry, escalator. It just becomes a set of stairs.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Well, this just became a ramp.
Right.
'cause it
Okay.
stopped.
Yeah.
And we all know that crazy feeling when you step on. And it's like
Yeah,
the whole way when you're walking up, you feel so weird. And when you step off, you feel so weird.
It's like your body knows, isn't it?
Yeah, your brain's conditioned that like you should slow down when you step
Yeah.
off, but you just
Yeah.
keep going the same pace, and it
Yeah,
really
yeah. It
freaks
throws
things
you.
out.
Yeah.
It really does. Anyway, so this one was stopped when we got onto it. And we were walking up, and it's very clearly labelled that it's an up escalator.
Yeah.
And anyway, we were about halfway on the way up, walking up,
Yeah.
and someone starts walking down.
Oh.
Now, again, this is broken, so technically
Okay.
it's a ramp,
So it's
but it's very clearly marked up. But I mean, it's not moving. This person was on their way down. Our opinion was like, I don't think you should do that. I think you should go to the down one. But then I kind of thought, well, I mean, it's got space.
it's a free for all, really.
It's not
isn't it?
moving. If it started moving again, that'd be maybe an issue.
Yeah. They
Just
turn around
Only for
straight
their
away.
sake. Only for their sake. But I mean, it wasn't. So anyway, this might be a situation that our listeners might come into in the future. And I want to know, what do you think? Is that okay or not okay?
Well, I feel like you probably still stick to what you normally do in terms of stay on the left, which that's what it is in Australia for all you overseas listeners. Commonly we stick to our left. So even if the elevator's broken, head up the left one, because assuming, JBiz, that
Mm-hmm.
was there a parallel?
No, so in
one
this
coming
situation,
down
it
or
wasn't
not?
parallel. It would have been actually coming back the opposite way.
Like the old crisscross.
Yeah, but it didn't crisscross because it was probably another 50 to 100 metres further down the shopping centre. So they kind of like, I'm doing hand actions, which you can't see, but they kind of would have came into each other. They would have crisscrossed if they were next to each other. But imagine pulling them apart.
So like a V.
Yes.
Like
But again, even the bottoms of them, which would have been the
Okay.
closest points, were probably 50 metres away from each other.
Okay, all right.
You can add the 20 metres of escalator on top of that.
Yep. Okay. So like a
90 metres.
trapezoid, a 90-meter trapezoid.
Yep. So you know, like for that person to walk down, they did save a lot of time. That's why I'm thinking, like, you know, they did. I mean, they broke the rules. If that thing was moving, that is a no-go.
Do you know what?
A no-go.
I think if you try and play things by the book, playing it safe, just doing the status quo, stick to what is the intended escalator, whatever it's called. But I actually like that he took advantage of the whole.
It was a she. But yeah.
She, yeah. Sorry. I like that she took advantage of the fact that it's currently in ramp mode and it's not really affecting anyone. She's just going to bust down the left-hand side.
Fair.
I like it. It's
Fair.
like
We're both on the left-hand side, same as the road. I guess it
that's
just
right.
kind of works.
Yeah. And so in that situation, everyone's walking, so it's not really like there's an express side, which is usually the right-hand side, do the overtaking, walking. But in that situation, everyone's on the move, so there's minimal overtaking, unless you've got a jogger or something like that.
No, I would say there's less overtaking in that case because everyone has to walk. Whereas
exactly,
regularly, you get the lazy people that just stand there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not lazy. That's just how they work. But
You're using it, yeah.
But you're right, because if you stand there, you're not going anywhere. So everyone is walking and no one's running. Yeah. So there is a single pace.
Yeah. So I kind of like that she took advantage of that.
Yeah.
She didn't really get in anyone's way,
But
really.
You're saying that generally it's probably not accepted, but you appreciate the manager.
Yeah.
Good.
Nah,
awesome.
it's pretty unorthodox.
It is unorthodox.
I like it.
But I think it's dependable on the time of day.
So
High
what, like a
traffic flow.
busyness?
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of talk it out. So a listener's going to get into this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we put some conditions on it,
Mm-hmm.
and we can basically say, like, if you can tick these boxes, go for it.
Mm.
So maybe we say condition number 1.
Maybe it's a person quota, just quickly.
Yeah, no, I like that. So that's what you're saying about timing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like if it's peak hour, definitely it's a
Yeah.
no go because you
Don't-
basically
don't-
get in
don't
people's
bother.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is
There's
when
there's no real need.
you're probably more likely to come across not necessarily, you know, like we were talking about the different paces, but you know, like a family or like a couple that are going to be next to each other, and you're really kind of disrupting. So, what do you think about the distance? You know, like the distance to the next one. Do you think that matters? This was like nearly 100 meters in this case. Do you reckon it's like, well, that was a long walk, so go for it, or you just stop? Don't be lazy.
I kind of like it because it's like more of a hack. You know what I mean? Saving her more time. She's being more efficient. / the listener will be being more efficient. It's like a bigger hack if it's a further distance that they're saving. You know?
Yeah. So you're saying that's better. That's an opportunity to go for it.
I reckon that's plus.
Yeah.
The greater the distance, it's like snakes and ladders.
And I guess that you just this. You know what? I think this is episode 1 or 2. We spoke about this low risk, high reward.
Exactly.
You got to weigh up that risk of, is that going to turn back on? How long is it off for? Because the reward,
Surely there's gotta
the
be some
reward is definitely
warning.
lessened if that thing turns back on.
And if it does, I feel like you have to.
Pick up your pace.
No, I was gonna say, just like grab your tail, put it between your legs, turn around,
Instantly, you
go back up,
yeah.
go back up, because it's like you've tried it, you've run the gauntlet, it's turned back on you. Unfortunate, but
you just have to do
just
that.
play.
Yeah.
Just play the game now.
I like that. I think that's a really good rule. I think that's a really good rule. So, all right, just in quick
Closing.
you can do it. Run the gauntlet. Just weigh up your options. But if that thing turns back on, you are one of them. You are part of the system. You get
180 out.
straight back. I don't care if you've got one step left. You turn around and go right back up.
That's good.
All right, listeners? All right, no, but I like that
Maybe.
because if that comes up,
Yeah.
it's a funny one.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
and I'll tell you what, there'll be people thinking that they're better than you coming up, thinking, oh, this guy's doing the wrong thing. But, you heard the podcast.
Mm.
You know what the right thing to do
Mm,
is.
mm, mm, mm.
And you followed the rules.
Yeah.
Our rules.
Yeah, I like it. All right. I've got one for you. Got one for you guys / friends listening. Like there's situations where something really bad happens, or like not necessarily bad, but like unfortunate, unlucky. You kind of like it's just a really unfortunate circumstances.
Like if you're a Kiwi.
Like if you're a Kiwi from our last episode, yes. But if you like it's something like I'm talking about, just general things that you'd laugh about. You know what I mean? But it's like unlucky.
Right.
They're kind of memorable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Might miss the bus, so like not laughing at the time, but eventually it's like pretty classic.
Yeah, it's in your head because it was annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Memorable. Then you've got times which is just like really cool moments. Like you see something amazing. Like, I don't know, I've seen like a van. I've talked about this on the podcast for sure, I know. But there's a set of traffic lights in the area that we live. And there was a van one time. And he must have known the sequence so well. He kind of like was on the outside lane, which should have been veering to the left, but he was like going at 60k an hour towards a red light, and he like crossed over the unbroken line to get into this small little lane that shot straight through the intersection.
Yeah.
Right as he hit it, the light went green. So it was just amazing. It just was like he's just banging it, and then like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say perfectly legal because he swapped lanes, but you know what I mean. It
Yeah,
looked
and
good.
also super dangerous. Like, people do a late red cross, and if you're doing that with the green, it's not how they're meant to work.
Okay.
But
maybe bad example.
No, but still,
pretty
I
cool.
get what you're saying. It's
Pretty
memorable
Cool.
because
Yeah,
it was
I've
cool.
remembered it because it was like pretty awesome.
I have memory of someone throwing a bottle into a pipe sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, wow. So just an accurate lob, and it
Really
just
accurate,
went straight
like bottle flip style thing.
Yeah,
into
wow.
the pipe.
Into the pipe. Yeah,
Very
so
similar to
really
that.
cool moment. Those kind of ones, I would say, even kind of get Instagrammed. Things like that.
Mm.
I don't know if there's a particular saying that goes with them, but I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not important. But
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring in a saying, or maybe not even a saying. Oh, yeah, I want to bring in a saying just to commemorate those moments that are just like kind of average, kind of above average. I'm going to say medium. I want to call this saying medium moments. Okay, so like a medium moment. So it's not something that you'd ring up mum about and tell her over the phone, but it is worth something like taking 6 seconds to appreciate.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Got an example?
Yeah. So at a set of traffic lights, just driving along, saw, I think it was a silver Kia rock up.
Yeah. A lot of it is traffic light related. Do they have to
Yeah.
be traffic light related?
No,
Okay.
don't have to be traffic light. This is just my specific examples I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Anyway, the next car rolls up next to it. Actually, it must have all happened because I rolled up to basically there's 4 cars, right?
Yeah.
And I must have rolled up, but all the cars are kind of coming to a stop effectively.
Yeah.
Okay?
Next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and anyway, cars rolling in.
This is very medium so far.
Yeah, well, but anyway, basically pole position. If we're talking pole position here,
Yeah.
we're talking silver Kia. Then behind that, so that's left and right,
Mm-hmm.
position 1 and 2, set of traffic lights, 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Then back from that, it was like black Mazda 6.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had one similar
Yeah,
where it was white Liberty wagon,
yeah,
silver Liberty wagon, which is me.
yeah.
Like a
You're
gun-
part of it.
Yeah,
I
gunmetal
like it.
grey,
That's cool.
silver Liberty wagon, and
Yes.
then a black one.
Oh,
yeah. Wow, that's like a
See?
gradient too. That's like a
Yeah.
nice gradient.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow, that really is. That's kind of like, that's a good
It's like a
medium
showroom.
moment.
And the best
You know
thing
what I mean?
was I saw people
That's almost too medium.
That's
coming
almost a
from
little-
other lanes to join it. Like I'm pretty sure that.
Oh, really? People saw it
Yeah.
happening. They saw it forming and they
Yeah,
wanted
so-
to be a part of it. I love that. But you know what I mean? Like, you probably, I mean, you shouldn't be Instagramming and driving, but you probably, you probably wouldn't put a post up. You probably wouldn't, write it. You tell all your mates about it on the weekend because it's kind of like medium, but it's worth appreciating. You know what I mean?
So you just store it, really?
So you just store it in the memory. And I'm going to say maybe just store them up. And maybe you can even outlay a few medium moments to your mates on a weekend, like you're catching up with them at lunch. And if you rattle off 3 medium moments in a row, kind of becomes a cool deal.
Yeah, and I guess
You know what I mean?
I guess you would just kick it off by just saying, "Look, guys, this is not going to blow your mind.
Yeah, not a mind-blowing thing.
In no
but
way is this going to change your life.
got some
but-
medium moments for you.
It's a medium moment. I saw
Take these.
a sunset, and it was pretty good.
2 seagulls, kind of like.
I guess you want more
crossed
specifics.
across.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
but-
that the thing about the medium moments is it's not an everyday occurrence.
No, exactly.
But it's something that you would say, as a coincidence, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, but
If it
not
was rigged up,
not so impressive that you'd make a Vines video that would go viral over it.
that's right. No one would really care if you put it online, but it is something that would be quite a coincidence.
Yeah. So a medium moment.
Cool.
How do you like that, Lachlan?
Solid.
Solid. I'm actually really impressed by the Liberty lineup.
Yeah, I was.
The natural,
It's
well,
good too.
semi-natural Liberty
I
lineup.
didn't have a car related anything to
No,
contribute.
that's
I just
fine.
try really
That's
just
good.
like really reach into the brain, but I haven't been storing median moments. I've been storing the highs and lows.
Exactly.
So I guess that's the
It's
moral.
time
is,
to start storing some medium moments, guys.
Yeah.
And maybe bring them out as a little package in conversation one time.
On a Monday.
On a Monday. Medium moments on Mondays. Oh, I like it. Monday
Well,
medium moments.
Maybe we'll revisit.
Okay. Maybe we'll come back with some of our own medium moments that we stored up in the future.
That's exactly what I meant.
I'm just spelling that out to our
Yeah, no,
Other
I like
friends.
it. No, I like it. I like it. That's cool. I've got a. All right. So this studio we're using has got obviously microphones, and I hope that you heard it to some extent. But there's a cough button. There's a cough button on the microphone, and that was the first use of it.
It's your first official use.
I saw Scott press a button, and I was thinking, what's he actually doing right now? He shouldn't be fiddling mid-podcast, and he's used the cough button. Let out a
Effectively.
cough.
Hopefully effectively.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you
And I
guys
mean,
heard that.
in the future, we should not be drawing attention to it at all. That's the whole point. But definitely, that was funny.
We're kind of...
So
well,
professional.
I'm kind of like just in awe of the equipment we've got.
Well, in some ways, us using...
I love that I got to officially use the cough button.
Yeah. Well, it's funny enough that we're even using this place,
Yeah.
let alone using it effectively. So when something like that happens where we actually do something right, it's actually
Probably
quite...
a medium moment
it's
right
quite
there
funny.
in the flesh.
Yeah, probably was. All right, I got a halfie for you to finish up.
Beautiful.
I kind of was going to go into something a bit more in depth, but this is just a little one again. I just think actually, Lachlan, we definitely can't play through too much, because if you play songs, you're not legally allowed to play songs on a podcast. But could you queue up for me the end, like maybe the last 8 seconds of what song is it? I Just Called to Say I Love You, Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Because what I heard this song, it came on the radio recently, and I was listening to it, and I was like, yeah, classic song, such a good song. And it ends in a way that has, I don't think, been used for maybe 20 years.
Right.
And so Stevie Wonder, I think, just off my head, is like 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm not sure. No.
One of those.
Yeah.
Probably not, maybe pushing into the 90s, but probably not so much. He's been around for a while.
Right.
But the song ends in dun 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 finish kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like the end of a cha-cha-cha.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
okay.
and so like I just feel like, and I kind of didn't have the time or effort to think into other examples, but I know there's a lot of songs. I know there's actually a Wiggles song that ends like that,
Yeah. Okay.
and there's a lot of songs that end in dun dun dun.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just thinking we bring it back.
Triple threat finish.
I kind of like it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's a fun way
I
to
like
finish. There's been a fade out. There was a
Yeah.
time when there was always a fade
Well, there
out.
still is fade outs.
Is there?
I reckon
Modern
so.
songs just come and it's
I
just
think
like the
so.
chorus just keeps going.
Yeah.
I feel like
And-
fade outs are frowned upon nowadays. So.
Yeah,
Are they?
well,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
that's a bit
I'm out of
lazy,
it.
but this one is also kind of lazy in a way, because all you're doing is just adding a note. It's probably the key that it's in. You probably hit that note 3 times, And it's just a great way to finish because
Yeah,
it's so different.
solid.
Have you got the song there?
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to sound in the mic, but anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, it's a completely different type of song. Where do we go from here?
There it is.
That's cool. See what I mean? That's fun, isn't
A
it?
big finish. Yeah,
That's
I like
fun.
it.
So it had a
Yeah.
really epic. Oh no, stop that. We'll get sued for sure.
Oh, what?
Stevie, stop it. Stevie,
I
if you
mean-
heard that, I'm really we're not trying to take away from your album sales. In fact, anyone out there, if you like that sound of that, it's Stevie Wonder's song.
Make
I
a
just got to say I
purchase.
love you. Make a purchase on iTunes. Don't sue us, please. But that was a really like epic finish, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, what do we do from here?
Yeah.
Could have just faded.
Bang, bang,
Bum,
bang.
bum, bum.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I like it.
I guess it's a call out.
Mm.
I guess it's a call out, and I think that we're just saying, listeners, if you're in a band,
If you're a singer-songwriter,
if you're producing any kind of music,
consider
the dun dun dun. That's how I
the
wrote it in my
triple
phone,
threat
so I wouldn't forget.
finish.
Dun dun dun.
Bang,
I'd-
bang, bang.
Yeah, I'd really like to hear it again. I'd love to hear it. If anyone has a modern example, I'd love to hear it. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't come out for 20 years.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
bring it back out of the woodwork. It's time.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Dun,
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 dun, dun.
Yeah, that doesn't
Good
do that, but
finish.
that would be good.
Yeah, I know.
And I think you could almost do it to
I
any
like
song.
it. Yeah, you probably
I don't
could.
see what. That's what I mean. I think you just pick the key or whatever it is, and you just hit that note.
Yeah, I like it.
So anyway,
Consider that.
bring it back. And if you do, please let us know. And if you have another example of one that has it, definitely let us know as well.
We want to know.
How do we do that?
We do it through our Instagram, Jack and Scott. Just look us up on Instagram. It's clean, simple, Jack and Scott, one word. And you can DM us. You can leave a comment on one of our posts. Just find a way to do it on that. And we'd love to hear from you.
That's it.
That's it from us.
We're your mates.